Yellarigu Namaskara Shubhodaya. Hello everyone, greetings for the day and welcome to our Kannada learning journey. My name is Divya and you are watching Trend. In today's lesson, we are going to introduce a new topic that is called as Kannada Gunithakshara or Kannada Kaaguntha. ಸೊ ಕಾಗುಣಿತ ಅಥವಾ ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈ ದಿನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಮಕ್ಳೇ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಿಮಗ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ವರ್ಣಮಾಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಬಿಫೋರ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಕಾಗುಣಿತ or ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ, it is very important that children know the Kannada Varnamali. What is Varnamali? It is all the letters that is there in our Kannada alphabet. Okay, so let's get started with today's lesson. As far as possible, I would try and communicate in English so that most of the children who are finding it difficult to learn Kagunita or Gunithakshara, they get the information about it. Okay, so what is Gunithakshara? So Gunithakshara andre enu? You can call it as Kagunita or you can call it as Gunithakshara. So idakke navu ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? So what is the definition of it? ವ್ಯಂಜನಕ್ಕೆ, let me read it. ವ್ಯಂಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವರ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಆಗುವ ಅಕ್ಷರವೇ ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಗುಣಿತ. Now what is ವ್ಯಂಜನ? Now what is ವ್ಯಂಜನ? ವ್ಯಂಜನ is a consonant. For a consonant, if you are adding swara, for a consonant, if you are adding swara, okay, ವ್ಯಂಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವರ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ, so for any consonant, if you're adding a vowel, you get a particular letter. We call that letter as Gunithakshara. ವ್ಯಂಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವರ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಆಗುವ ಅಕ್ಷರ ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ. Okay, is it very clear, right? Take any consonant, add a swara to it. Whatever letter that you get, that letter is your Gunithakshara. We can also call it as Kagunita. So let's see some of the examples. Now children, we have learnt our vowels, right? So we have learnt our swara, right? So what are they? From a, I, u, ru, a, I, o, au, aha. Now we have learnt all this. Now for all of them, we're going to take the first consonant. Now what is the first consonant which is there in our Ka Varga? We have learnt all in our Ka Varga, right? Kha, kha, gha, gha, nya. So we're going to take the first consonant. We are going to take the first vyanjana. To that, we are going to add the swara. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take the a. K plus a is k. How do you read it? K talakattu k. So this is the Gunithakshara. So this is whatever you have got it, that letter is your Gunithakshara. Now what is this letter then? This letter is your consonant. This is your consonant, right? And to that consonant, you're going to add a vowel or a swara. So this is nothing but my vyanjana. Okay, I add my vyanjana. To this vyanjana, I'm adding a swara. I'm writing in English so you can understand. So ವ್ಯಂಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವರ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಅಕ್ಷರಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So this is your ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ. This letter is your ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ. How do you read it, children? K talakattu K. And what is the writing notation? How do you write K talakattu? So you have to write K like this. Put a line and this top line is called the talakattu. So this is talakattu. So whenever you are writing the letter K, you have to say and write K talakattu K. K talakattu K. So talakattu, talakattu. So this is the writing notation of your first letter. So we got the first Gunithakshara. Iga next yaudide swara? A admele what is the next swara? A, right? The dirgha swara. Now see, this is my A. So what should I add? I'm still keeping the same vyanjana, K. Plus I'm adding the new swara, that is my A. So when I add A, there is a dirgha, right? So that is the reason we are going to get the notation as Ka. K plus A, Ka. Since there is a dirgha, we read it as Ka dirgha Ka. Nodi? Ka dirgha Ka. So this is our Gunithakshara. How do you write it? You put a circle, you put a line, take this, Start with a thalakattu, but you have to come down and you say ka. So we learned 2 Gunithakshara. What was the first one? The first one was what was the first one? The first one was ka thalakattu ka. The second one, what we just learnt is ka dheerga. See, there is a dheerga. Ka dheerga ka. How do you read it? Ka ka. Very good. Now let's go to the next one. Now we have to move to the next one. What is our next swara? What is the next swara? Very good. That's a right guess. So you have E, right? So this is E. So K and E makes what? So this is wrong, children. So I have printed it wrong. K matte E seridaga, we get ki. So you can also now identify whatever is the sound of the swara, you'll be able to hear it in Gunithakshara. E, E. So when you add K, it becomes ki. Ki. See that E sound comes. So for that E sound, we call it as gudisu or we call it as gudasu. Ka gudasu ki. Hege ottira? Ka gudasu ki. Ki. K and E is ki. How do we write it? Take this. Ki. Matinonsati. Ka gudasu ki. Now we learned 3 Gunithaksaras. Come on, everybody. We learned when we add the A, you get K. When you add Ka, A, you get Ka. Ka, Dirga, Ka. K and E makes Ki. Ka, Gudusi, Ki. How do you read it? Ka, Ka, Ki. 3 things. Clear? Very good. Now the next one. Good going, children. You're able to identify nicely. K matte E is ki. See, there's a dheerga. K gudusina dheerga ki. So this is our Gunithakshara. Writing notation, children. So you have to write K gudusu and a dheerga to it. So that's how you write ki. K gudusina dheerga ki. Oh, wonderful. Now come on. Random drill. So ka thalakattu ka. Ka dheerga ka. Ka gudusu ki. Ka gudusina dheerga ki. ಇವಾಗ ಓದಿ ಕ ಖಾ ಕಿ ಕಿ. ಸೊ 4 ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರಾಸ್ ನ ಓದಿದ್ವಿ ಅಥವಾ 4 ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಓದಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವರಗಳನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಆಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸ್ವರ ರೈಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟು ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಕಾನ್ಸನೆಂಟ್. ಅದೇ ವ್ಯಂಜನಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಇದೇ ಕ ವ್ಯಂಜನಕ್ಕೆ we're going to add all of them and we will see what is the letter we get it. Okay, so like that, if I'm taking letter U, K matte U, Ku, Ku, U. Listen to the ending sound of the swara. Swara yaudu? U. K and U, Ku. Adak hege heltivi? What is the reading notation? K kombu ku. K kombu ಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ ಕೊಂಬು ಕು. ಸೊ ಬರೆಯೋ ನೊಟೇಶನ್ ಕ ಬರಿಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಕೊಂಬನ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಪುಟ್ ಅ ಕೊಂಬು ಟು ಇಟ್. ರೈಟ್ ದ ಲೆಟರ್ ಕ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಡ್ ಅ ಕೊಂಬು. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ರೈಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಇಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಕ ಕೊಂಬು ಕು. ದೆನ್ ಆಡ್ ಊ ಟು ಇಟ್. ಖ ಮತ್ತೆ ಊ. ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಕೂ. ಸೊ ಕ ಕೊಂಬು ದೀರ್ಘ ಕೂ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ. ಹೇಗ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು? ಬರೆಯೋ ನೊಟೇಶನ್ ನೋಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಖ ಬರೆದು ಊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕೊಂಬು ದೀರ್ಘವನ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕೊಂಬ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಇದು ಕು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕು, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕೂ. ನೋಡಿ ಇದು ಕೂ, ಇದು ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ರು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಕ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ರು ಇಸ್ ಕ್ರು. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ರು. ಕ ವಟ್ರ ಸುಳಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ರೀಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಕ ವಟ್ರ ಸುಳಿ ಕ್ರು. ಇದು ಕ್ರು. ವಟ್ರ ಸುಳಿ ಹೇಗ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು? ಕ ಬರೆದು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ವಟ್ರ ಸುಳಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಕ್ರು. ಖ ಮತ್ತೆ ರು ಇಸ್ ಕ್ರು. ಕ ವಟ್ರ ಸುಳಿ ಕ್ರು. A. Now we are going to add A. K and A is K. K etva. Etva K. K etva K. ನೋಡಿ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಹೇಗೆ? ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ತಲಕಟ್ಟನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಗರಿ ಎಳಿಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕೆ. ಕೆ ಇದು ಕ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಕೆ. ಕ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎ ಕೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಆಡ್ ಎ. ಕ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎ. ಖೇ. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏತ್ವ ಇದೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅ ದೀರ್ಘ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ರೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಏತ್ವ ದೀರ್ಘ. ಕ ಏತ್ವ ದೀರ್ಘ ಖೇ. So how do I write it? So you need to write ka etva and a dheerga. So when both of them are read together, it is ka etva dheerga ke. Now let's add I. I anna add ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ k ಮತ್ತೆ I ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ ಕೈ. ಕ ಐತ್ವ ಕೈ. ಹೇಗ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು? ಏತ್ವ ಬರೆದು ಐತ್ವ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಕೈ. ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ರೈಟ್ ದ ಲೆಟರ್ ಕೆ and then put the ಐತ್ವ. ಕ ಐತ್ವ ಕೈ. Now we're going to add O. ಕ ಮತ್ತೆ O ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ ಕೋ. ಕ ಓತ್ವ ಕೋ. ಹೇಗ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು? ಕೋ. ಈಗ ಓ. ಖ ಮತ್ತೆ ಓ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಖೋ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಓತ್ವ. ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಓತ್ವ and then we are adding a dheerga, right? So that's why it is called othva dheerga. Ka othva dheerga ko. Okay, so you have to write it. Follow what letter, how it is written. My mouse is not supporting. Okay, ko. So that is ko. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಔ. ಖ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಂಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಔ ಸ್ವರ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಬರುವ ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ ಕೌ. For any vyanjana k, if you are adding the swara au, we get the gunitaakshara kau. Au ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಕೌ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹೇಗೆ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ? ಹೌ ಡು ವಿ ರೀಡ್ ಇಟ್? ಕ ಔತ್ವಾ ಕೌ. ಕೌ. ಕ ಅಂಡ್ ಔ ಇಸ್ ಕೌ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ವಿ ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೇ. ನೋಡಿ ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ತಲಕಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. So this is au, kautva. Kau. Lastly, ಈಗ we are going to add aha, So k ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಂಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ ಕಂ. ಕ ಒಂದ್ ಸೊನ್ನೆ. Why we call ಒಂದ್ ಸೊನ್ನೆ? Because it has one circle. So if I am putting one circle to k, it becomes kam. ಕ ಒಂದ್ ಸೊನ್ನೆ ಕಂ. ಹೇಗ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು? ಬರೆಯುವಂತಹ ವಿಧಾನ ನೋಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. ಹೀಗ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು. ಕ ಬರೆದು ಒಂದ್ ಸೊನ್ನೆ. ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂ. ಕ ಒಂದ್ ಸೊನ್ನೆ ಕಂ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಕ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಂಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ ಕಹ. ಕ ಎರಡ್ ಸೊನ್ನೆ ಕಹ. ಹೇಗ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಕಹ? ಕ ಬರೆದು ಎರಡು ಸೊನ್ನೆ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪುಟ್ 2 circles. So that becomes our kaha. So it's very simple. So you have to follow the swara. the sound of the swara to the consonant. Now let's read all of them together. Let's read all of them together. K ಮತ್ತೆ is k. K talakattu k. K plus a ka. Ka dheerga ka. K plus e ki. K gudisu ki. K plus e ki. K gudusina dheerga ki. K plus u ku. K kombu ku. K plus u ku. K kombu dheerga ku. K plus ru kru. K vatrasuli kru. K plus a ke. K etva ke. K plus a ke. K etva dheerga ke. K plus I kai. K aitva kai. K plus o ko. K otva ko. K plus o ko. K otva dheerga ko. K plus au kau. K autva kau. K plus kam. K guan sonne kam. K plus aha kaha. K gerad sonne kaha. So prati sati, you don't have to make this tabular notation. You can go directly and you can also read it. How do we do that directly? So it's like ka thalakattu ka dheerga ka gudisu ka gudisina dheerga ka kombu ka kombu dheerga ka vatrasuli kru, ka etva ka etva dheerga ka aitva kai, ka otva ko, ka otva dheerga ko, ka autva kau, ka guan sonne kam, ka gerad sonne kaha. Now this is the initial steps for the children to understand the notations. So for any vyanjana, if I am adding a swara, what is the Gunithakshara or the letter that I am getting? If they're confident for this, how do we read it? Now we don't go with the definitions. We're going to take only that and we're going to read it easily. Okay, we don't say ka talakattu ka dheerga ka gudusu ki. So if I'm having anything like this, I can read it like that without any notation. So how do I read it? Ka talakattu ka dheerga ka gudusu ki, ka gudusina dheerga ki, ka kombu ka kombu dheerga ku, ka vatrasuli kru, ka etva ka etva dheerga ke, ka aitva kai, ka otva ko, ka otva dheerga ko, ka autva kau, ka guan sonne kam, ka gerad sonne kaha. Even if the children are more confident now, we don't have to go with the definitions also. We can go by the notations or the final reading or the akshara. What is the akshara called? So we read it like this. Ka, kha, ki, ku, kru. Ke, kai. Ko, kau. Kam, kaha. Let's do it one more time, a little bit more faster. Ka, kha, ki, ku, kru. Ke, kai. Ko, kau. Kam, kaha. So we want our children to come to this level. So that's the reason we got to understand like how every letter was formed for every sound. So that's the beauty of learning the letters, learning the combinations of swara and vyanjana to form a new akshara or to form a new letter. And that letter, whatever is formed, we call it as Kaagunitha or we call it as Gunithakshara. Now you give any vyanjana. Now say for example, if I give ch, the children will have to remember the notation of a, I, u, ru, I, o, aha. Then it becomes easy. Now ask them to work on the same conceptual for any Vyanjana. If I give Ka, it is Ka, Ka, Ki, Ki, Ku, Ku, Kru, Ke, Ke, Kai, Ko, Ko, Kau, Kam, Kaha. Now, if we give another Vyanjana, say Cha, 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 Chi, Chi, Chu, Chu, Chru, Che, Che, Chai, Cho, Cho, Chow, Cham, Chaha. Now, what if I give La? La, La, Lili, Lulu, Lu, Lele, Lai, Lolo, Lau, Lam, Laha. Now, if I give them like say R, R, Ra, Ri, Ri, Ru, 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 Re, Re, Rai, Ro, Ro, Rau, Ram, Raha. Okay, so this you can give it with, you can do this multiple times and you can give this letter to practice for your child. The notations will it will remain the same. Only thing is like the Vyanjana will change. So ವ್ಯಂಜನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಆಗ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳು ಮೂಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕನ್ನಡ ಓದೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಗುಣಿತಾಕ್ಷರ ಕಾಗುಣಿತ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ಈಸಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ನಾವು ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ in further lessons we will learn Vattakshara. Okay, so Vattakshara is also another conceptual that you should be learning, so that you will be completely knowing to read and write in Kannada. So that we will see it in further lessons. We still have a lot of time, but I want everybody to practice the first consonant, learn with the first one, learn to read, learn to write. So if you're okay with that, then practice with the other Vyanjanas. Okay, so you have many Vargas. So in the next class, we will see about what are the different Vargas and how do we write the Gunithakshara for all of them. Okay, so I'll teach you on that. Now you can copy this, you can read this as a mantra every day. So you will be very, very thorough with your Gunithakshara and Kaaguntha. So that's it for today. Idu ivattina namma paಠ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ. ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದಿ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಬಹಳ ಸುಲಭ. If you're following the rules, if you're following the way that the lessons needs to be incorporated, ಕನ್ನಡ ಓದೋದು ಬಹಳ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಬರೆಯೋದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಹ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಶಬ್ದಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಸೌಂಡ್ you have a particular letter. So it becomes very, very easy if you're learning the notations for all of them. Okay. So kalidi matte berevargu kalsi. So learn as much as possible and try to teach others also like what you have learned. So that will make it all the while more easier. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, children. I hope this lesson was helpful for all of you. So in case if it was helpful, do share it with your friends so it can be even more as a learning part for us and for our learning journey. Okay, so see you all in tomorrow's session. We will see the other Vargas and we will learn about it. Until then, loads of love. See you all. Bye bye. Dhanyawad.